All right, I know I'm behind on videos, but Cherokee's in a million pieces again. Body's there, fuel tank, which is almost done. I have some fittings that came in yesterday that I need to weld to it. All the piping's done. I'm going to clean them up. All the stainless is done, including the last wastegate. So if you saw on the last short that I had that. I need to adjust the lower radiator hose when it goes back in the chassis. It's too tight to the steering gear. The turbos are good. They have all the gaskets in it. I am going to paint the intercooler, which is all done now and has its little kickers on it, so where they tie into the charge pipes. Next step is to rebuild the transmission. I have a brand new third gear, all new synchros and bearings for that, and clean up the motor a little bit. I know it's going to go back in all stock. It will get studded and everything, but I need to get it on the road and driving. But I need to add the drains to the pan, and I'm going to do 2 of them for the compound turbo instead of tying them together so there's no restriction issues. So it's going to have one on the front side of the pan and one on the very side of the pan behind the AC system, so I can run AC in this thing in the future. But the big one, frame is outside. I have to clean it, so I'm going to power wash, get all the old grease and grime off of it, primer it, and then paint it. I know I should sandblast it and go super in depth in it, but for right now, because I want to get it done and on the road, I am just going to pressure wash it, clean it. I'll take all the heavy and big chips out of it and just get some paint on it to keep it from rusting anymore. So I have some self-etching primer and some good Rust-Oleum paint to put on it. Just rattle can. But I did finish the suspension boxes. Ended up adding braces off the backside, so those are all boxed in. Some dimple die extra plates just to make it look a lot cleaner. And then front bumper's welded on. I still need to do a little tie-in for the wings on the bumper. And I know the bumper isn't perfectly straight. That's just because this one is a little bit bent. I ended up sliding in the ice 2 years ago and hit a tree. So that wing has got that little ridge right there. So it bumps it up, which it added character in my opinion. So that's what I'm going with. And then I do need to add one more cross member back here for the 2 very back the very back body mounts. And I ordered a brand new kit from BJ's Off-Road for body mounts for the Cherokee. That'll go on this. And if anyone was ever curious, the back 2 will go into the factory location on the body. These ones are still body mounts, but those body mounts, which are right behind the rear wheel well, have no bolt in them. They are literally just a bumper. These 2 that are right above my suspension points are actual locations on the body. These center 4 are not. I changed the locations because this mount on the body, this is almost parallel with it, landed right in the center of the frame, and I didn't want to sleeve all the way through. And the same thing with this one. This body mount I think landed like right around here. And there's a channel on the body that I used to tie into, so that's what I ended up using. And then the core support landed here, and so I made these custom boxes so it fits well. But yeah, making good progress. Gonna try to shoot some time lapse for you guys and get some power washing and primering. I'll primer this thing outside. Maybe we'll watch the wind. If it is windy, I'll roll it back inside just so I don't get everything. Just 1 can of this Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. As you saw, I pressure washed the chassis, got all the grease and dirt off of it. Tried to clean around the diff. I'm going to just fog around everything up here instead of taking it all apart because the alignment was close, I guess. We'll see when I actually start driving it, but I wanted to get this coated and then I can finish putting it together. Next step after this goes back in the shop is body goes back on. I have brand new body mounts coming in. I'm gonna run all the fuel lines and brake lines, get drive lines done, and do some test burnouts, because that's how you test to make sure everything's correct, right? it actually looked a lot better than the rusty brown. And I know it's not perfect. I can see it, and I don't think you guys can, but it's like just how much more of a difference the paint makes on this compared to the rusty. Looks like it was degrading. So 4.5 cans of primer and 4 cans of paint, 3.5. 4 caps over there. So I'm gonna roll this back inside. Actually, this can stay outside and dry. I'm gonna pull the rear end in and do all the brake line tabs, paint that thing. I got to paint the mounts for the turbo. I have hangers. I hang the turbos off the cylinder heads just because I'm not running cast stainless or anything like that for the turbo manifolds. I'm running turbo headers, and they're thin stainless. They're 095 or 120, more 095 on everything. And I don't want them to crack or break over time, so I have set them up so the primary runs off the front side of the cylinder head and has a big loop on it. It just comes down, mounts to the T3 flange, and then the back turbo is a T4, and that mounts off the back side of the cylinder head. And I don't want any of that stuff cracking, so there's some solid mounts to the cylinder head, and being mounted off the cylinder head, they rock with the motor when that thing wants to torque and twist. So more painting to go. This is the custom 9-inch. I got it inside up on the fixture table. Right now it's got an open diff and 350 gears, but that'll switch out for a spool and 373 or 370 since it's a 9-inch to match the 373s that are in the front diff of the Tahoe chassis. But I narrowed this 2 inches. I think it's 63.5, 64-inch wheel mount surface with the axles and the rotors on it. Custom axle shafts from Dutchman. They're chromoly. It's taper bearings now instead of the ball joint, and so I put new seals in. These are 2002, so GMT 800 Tahoe caliper mounts and calipers with matching rotors. I turned the rotors just so they weren't as rusty when I put this thing together. I probably will replace the rusty, cruddy ones with brand new ones because they're fairly cheap from O'Reilly's. I think for a set, not counting core on my business account, is $100. But new studs, those are cut down to match for my lug nuts. But I just finished up all the hard lines. So they loop through, get out of the way, stay out of the way, and then a little 1/4 20 bolts with Thomas clamps welded to the chassis. Welded to the axle tube. And then double stack these off one tab with a single 3/8 bolt because they don't need to be that secure. And the soft lines, and both for up to the chassis and from the calipers to the axle, or factory Tahoe ones as well, just so I know I can get those parts in the future. Just some aftermarket horseshoe clips from Amazon, so I can hold those in, and they dog leg around the link bracket. And then I can still get in between these for the vent, and the vent will come up in the same spot so I can mount them on the chassis really cleanly. And then on this side, being the long side, have way more Thomas clamps. So there's 3 Thomas clamps per brake line. That side only has 1. But yeah, weld on caliper mounts. I got to finish welding those, and I can throw some primer and paint on this thing. All right, if you guys made it this far, I just want to say thank you for watching. I know I haven't been posting a lot. I've been posting more shorts because I get busy, not shorting videos. I'm going to get back into try doing a video a week, especially on this build. I almost have it up and running. I'm waiting on my haul tech to come in. I have Atomic Fab billet block I think he made. I may not be billet. At least it's machined. It's an ABS delete block because I'm not running any factory ABS. But I had a hardline kit, brake line hardline kit for the Tahoe, and it lays in like perfect because it's a Tahoe frame. So it's like I can run that, and it just simplifies everything, and I don't have to make those brake lines because like I forgot how much it goes into making these brake lines, and it's a lot of material and goes real fast. So with that kit, it's like 120, 130 bucks from O'Reilly's or AutoZone, and it's great. You have to straighten a couple pieces. It's stainless, so they're super clean. Those will go back on the chassis before the engine goes in, so they're tucked away and nice and neat. But I want to say thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good rest of your day, night, whenever you're watching. Goodbye.